afternoon,
Hello.
sir.
Good afternoon. Hello, Deepesh. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
How are you doing, Deepesh?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. Deepesh, you must be aware that a tremendous development has taken place right in our neighborhood. Do you have any idea what I'm referring to?
Sir, Sri Lanka is undergoing economic crisis, and Pakistan has seen the change of government. Uh, yes, sir. Imran Khan has ousted as Prime Minister.
Okay. Now, in all likelihood, there will be a new regime in Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
How do you see this development? How it is going to affect Indo-Pak relations? What is your take on the issue?
Sir, there are positive as well as negative for India. Positive is that ultimately, sir, the democratic process has been means Prime Minister Imran Khan tried to not to pass no confidence motion. That was not a good even for Indian democracy. So that way it is good that Supreme Court verdict has allowed transfer of power. And sir, I would say that Prime Minister earlier Prime Minister Imran Khan was not a puppet of army, even means in later years, right? Recently. So that way, sir, it was good for India. But right now, we have to see that what type of government will come, how the leader of opposition, who is Nawaz Sharif, will proceed with Indian relationship. Otherwise, sir, overall the relation will be same, means similar. No major.
Okay. Okay. Have you heard about debt trap diplomacy?
Yes, sir. It is a Chinese diplomacy, means they try to provide a country debt, and then instead of debt, they occupy the territory or some strategic mileage over there.
Okay. Like Sri Lanka, there is another country which is going on which is facing more or less the same crisis. Do you have any idea of which country I'm referring to?
Sir, it is in Africa, and country, sir, I'm forgetting the name. Means I'm not sure, sir.
Is it in Africa or Latin America?
Sorry, sir, I have to check it.
Okay. Have you heard about Peru?
Peru, yes, sir.
What is the capital of Peru?
Sorry, sir, I don't.
Okay, where is it located? Peru.
It is in Latin America, on coastal side. Means it has desert, Atacama Desert also. So that I know.
Okay.
Capital.
Okay. Deepesh, you must have heard about the Green Highway Policy. Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir. Green Highway Policy. Yes, sir.
What is the objective of that policy? Just highlight the objective in one line.
Sir, to provide greenery around highways.
How much budget has been earmarked for it?
No, sir, I don't know, sir.
Do you have any idea which corridors have been chosen in Rajasthan for the implementation of that project?
No, sir, I don't. I have to study.
Okay. Have you heard about Pradhan Mantri Mitra Parks?
Mitra Parks, yes, sir.
Yes.
This is related to textile.
Okay. So there are 5 Fs. It has 5F vision. So I am giving you the first 3 Fs. Yes. Try to finish the other 2. Yes. So it's farm, fiber, factory.
Farm, fiber, factory. Sir, I don't know, sir. I haven't studied.
Okay. To which country India exports her textile the most, or India's highest textile exports are towards which country? What is the destination country?
Sir, continent is European Union. But sir, country-wise, I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, never mind. Deepesh, you have done civil engineering, and then you have opted for mathematics as your optional. Why this inconsistency when civil engineering is also available as one of the subjects in the list of optional subjects?
Sir, one reason was that I was having interest in civil mathematics in my BTech also. So I tried to explore it more. And the second was, sir, that means civil engineering is a very vast subject. So to cover it in a limited time, I thought that it may be difficult. That's all, sir. I see.
Okay, so it was a conscious decision.
Yes, sir.
Okay, since you have studied mathematics, have you ever studied Vedic mathematics?
Sir, in 10th class, it was there. Some 2 or 3 chapters were there in Vedic mathematics.
Okay, do you remember any sutra from Vedic mathematics?
Sir, I may not be able to recall exactly, but it was related to addition. But I am not able to recall. I will check.
Okay, Deepesh, according to you, what are the biggest challenges that women entrepreneurs face today in India? Highlight 3 challenges.
Sir, one woman entrepreneur means any entrepreneur need funding. So one is biasness, means big company bank, if they are funding women startup, then they think whether it will mean successful or fail. So that biasness in funding is there. Similarly, sir, getting other clearances, like we have to get many licenses, clearances. So there also some biasness towards female is there. And third, sir, then again mobility issue is there. Means entrepreneur need to mobile everywhere in country, need to find market and etc. So that can be an issue. And work-life balance, means domestic work-life balance.
Okay, Deepesh, imagine that you have made it to the civil services. You are the district collector in one of the districts of the country which is tribal dominated.
Yes, sir.
Now you have to frame a policy which will encourage tourism in that district.
Yes, sir.
Now try to highlight the 3 important pillars of that policy.
Sir, one, I know I should be knowing that tribal are very rich in their culture, hospitality. So for that, sir, their involvement should be there in tourism. So my pillar would be one, that I will promote rural tourism, where their cuisine, their culture, dance, etc. will be shown to people who are residing near to tribal area. And second is, sir, I need to groom the skills of tribal people, how to handle the tourist. So some formal training should be provided to them, and also the certificate, so that people can trust them and come. And sir, third will be that a YouTube platform or some Facebook pages, you need some publicity platform should be developed, where these all things can be shown, and visibility can be provided to showcase the art and handicraft of tribal people.
Okay, you talked about YouTube. Let me take you to a larger territory, that is social media.
Yes, sir.
How can we use social media for adding more efficiency to the governance? Discuss 3 ways in which we can use social media.
Sir, one is that through social media we can have two-way conversation. Means if DM is having some plan, he or she can post and get feedback. So comments means so that way, sir, it is a two-way communication where policy can be improved. Second is, sir, intergovernment, means government department also communicate through WhatsApp. So which is a very quick way of communicating. So there social media can be used. And third, sir, handling the media part means sometimes media try to propagandize something. So we need to counter it with a real fact or truth. So there social media can be used.
Deepesh, you must be aware that very recently the Honorable Karnataka High Court has given a judgment regarding an issue. Do you have any idea what issue I am referring to?
Sir, is it related to hijab
Yes.
in schools?
Yes. What is your take on that?
Sir, as a citizen, I will respect Karnataka High Court judgment that hijab is not an essential practice to Islam, so it should not go into classroom. But sir, as a person, as a simple person, I think that if a girl is going to school and she is not like just because she has worn this hijab, is not. I am very uncomfortable in thinking of this. So that way, sir, some mechanism should be there where we can do this social engineering, or can provide a platform where these community can come and can have constructive talks rather than imposing ban. So
suppose if different communities ask for the observance of different customs which they feel are important in the administration, in the army, then what is your take on that? If suppose, not specifically talking about any one particular community, but different communities have belief in different kinds of observances. I'm not talking about rituals, but observances. And if they want to extend those observances to the army or to, say, the civil administration, what is your take on that?
sir, this is the real issue. Because of that, Karnataka High Court has given this issue, this judgment. Because if we allow observance by every community, then it will be very tough to manage it in army or civil administration, even in a school, because every religion has some observances, and that is in a way essential to that religion. No one will say that this is not essential. So to maintain that, we need to move toward more secularism. So yes, sir, we need to balance between maintaining diversity, and also maintaining the unity. So we need to come at middle path. So that is a very tough and delicate task, but yes.
Okay. Define secularism. In
Sir,
simple
secularism, sir, according to Indian concept of secularism, it means providing equality to all, not differentiating anyone on the basis of religion in any way.
Deepesh, your hobby is conversation with strangers.
Yes, sir.
How did you develop this hobby?
Sir, it came from my grandmother. She used to take me to places like market and temple, etc. So there she used to talk and I used to talk. So there I developed it. But as I proceed my life, I got to know that it has many positives for me. One, it boosts my confidence that yes, I can talk to anyone and I can show my reality. And second is it also now it generated the curiosity in me. Whenever I talk, I like to know about culture, food, cuisine, etc. So it provides a curative mind for me.
Suppose there is one stranger who is not interested in talking to you. What will you do?
Sir. Sir, I will do nothing. I will show that I am interested in talking, but if he or she refuses, then I will accept his or her choice.
Okay. And if he or she advises you that you should not approach strangers, then what will you say?
Yes, sir. I will accept that advice also, that yes, I should not talk to strangers, but when I am alone, but if I am in public place, then there is no harm in talking to strangers. So
So you will go by their advice and you will drop your hobby. That's what you're saying.
No, sir. I means generally why people advise that do not talk to strangers, because they think that this girl may land in danger. And because, sir, if I am talking to a stranger at alone, means if I am alone, then I can be in danger. So that I even don't do, and I will say that I don't do it, and I will not do it. I will talk only in public place.
Okay. So then your hobby should be conversation with strangers, but only in public. Is that your hobby?
Yes, yes, sir. By keeping precautions, I must say, sir.
Thank you, Deepesh. Sir.
Good afternoon.
Deepesh, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good. Deepesh, I was seeing from your DAF that this is your second attempt at the civil services.
Yes, sir.
And this is the second time you have come up to the interview stage.
Yes, sir.
Good. Tell me, you have not been, you're not currently in employment. And even when you were in employment, you were there only for a very short period of just about 1 year. Now, tell me, what exactly went wrong in the previous interview? You must have definitely introspected and seen where did things go wrong in the previous interview.
Sir, there were many things. One was that I got nervous in last question. Means I started analyzing my performance then and there. So last, means when interview was at the end, then chairman sir tried to interact with me more, but I couldn't do it well. So that was one reason. And second, sir, I was very ill. Means I was having cough, so I couldn't sleep whole night. So that was also second.
So, if you were nervous, what is it that you're doing differently this time as compared to the last time?
Sir, this time I'm convincing myself that whatever be the situation, I will not be nervous. I will not judge my performance then and there, and I will not keep much hope from this interview. Means I will not make it life and death. So,
You will not have much hope on this interview.
means, sir, I will be prepared for worst thing also. Last time I was not prepared, so one question got wrong. So I started analyzing there that what will happen to me. So this I will not do this.
Okay, tell me if you can spell out 3 values that you possess that will help you in the performance of your duties as a civil servant, apart from your talking to strangers.
Sir, values. One one I have a patience, and I have that attitude of means attitude of analyzing the situation completely. Mean I don't jump into judgments directly. I listen, then try to put myself into that situation, then only I try to take decision. One is that. And second is, sir, if I means second value is that I am also not very rude. Means I am somewhat on empathetic side. If someone is coming with a problem, then I will try to solve it. That is again a thing. And third, sir, I have my friends and family says that I have good demeanor, so people can open up with me, can tell their problems. So a good conversation skills is also there.
Okay, you said you are empathetic. Tell me, which value do you hold in higher stead? Is it empathy or compassion?
Sir, compassion is beyond empathy. Means
Why?
because, sir, compassion motivates us to take actions. Empathy means okay, I am also sad with your problem, but compassion says go and do something for it.
Okay, good. Deepesh, your date of birth you said is 15th of June.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you tell me what is this day celebrated worldwide as?
Global Wind Day. Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the objective and what is the purpose of this day being celebrated as a global wind day?
Sir, is wind energy. It is a renewable energy. So for this, sir.
Okay. Tell me, say, three advantages of using wind energy.
Sir, in this time of climate change, it is greener than fossil fuel. So one
Mhm.
advantage is that. Second is, sir, oil, gas, etc. are located in concentrated part of world. So it creates geopolitical concerns for countries like India. We are dependent for more than 80% of oil requirements. So, but but wind is available everywhere mostly. So we can be Atmanirbhar through this. So
Okay.
that is advantage. Yes, sir. And another advantage is, sir, that wind is renewable, means it will not be depleted. Like,
You have said that this is inexhaustible. Anything else?
sir, any other advantage I would say is that means the dispersion of it can be more equitable. Means if any rural area or inaccessible area is there, when electric grid line cannot be there, then their wind energy can be produced.
Okay. But can you think of some disadvantages of wind energy? If you can tell me three disadvantages of using wind energy.
Sir, one is in some areas it is harming by flora and fauna over there. In
Okay.
Rajasthan also birds are dying due to this.
Okay.
And the second disadvantage is that yes, sir. And second is that it is not providing that stability to grid. Means it depends on the wind speed, etc. It is not stable, so it has to be complemented with other type of energy like hybrid. So
Okay.
that is one.
Okay. One more. I
Sir,
asked you
one
for
more
three.
is that yes, sir. So third one is that sir, the instrument like blade, etc., which are required for producing wind energy are not green. Means they are creating waste. So we cannot say that it is completely green. So waste we need to handle.
Okay. Initially, you said one of the advantages that this is a clean energy, and next you are saying that this has
Yes,
got
sir.
it is not very green.
Means sir, it is greener than fossil fuel, but we cannot say that it is completely green.
No, when we say green energy and clean energy, what exactly are the elements which define clean energy?
Sir, green and clean means the GHG emissions, carbon emissions are very low or zero. That is the definition.
Okay. You were also a member of the NCC during your graduation.
Yes, sir.
If you can tell me, what are the three values that you imbibed when in NCC in college?
Sir, one NCC provides the confidence. Means, sir, we were around 100 people doing drilling together, and if I do something wrong, then teacher will scold you like anything. So that gave me a confidence that okay, no matter if I have done wrong, I have to accept it. I will correct it. So that openness was given to me in college time. I was very shy, so that was there. And second, sir, it provided me the value of team working. Means we were going to camps, 2 camps I did. So there, everything right from washing to cloth washing to like sweeping, everything we need to do. We need to run mess, everything. We need to put our tent, etc. So team building was very good there. And third, sir, discipline also means you can't late even by 5 minutes. They were army person, so they will scold. So discipline was also there. These three values.
So you said confidence, teamwork, and discipline. Now, discipline happens to be. Do you have any idea what is the motto of NCC?
Yes, sir. But I'm forgetting unity and labor. I'm forgetting that.
Unity, and one of the values you have just expounded.
Unity and discipline.
Yes, unity and discipline. Okay, good. Uh, so discipline you is a value that you have imbibed, and confidence and teamwork. And what about unity?
Sir, unity means yes, teamwork and unity means are synonym.
Okay, good. Uh, Steve, you also are fond of marathons. Now, can you tell me
Yes, sir.
currently, if I talk in terms of the contemporary marathoners, who is the best marathoner in the world today?
Sir, I am forgetting his name. He is from Kenya.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. Name is very tough to pronounce. So I'm forgetting. Sorry.
Okay, and if you can remember, who is the best marathoner ever in this on this planet? If you talk in terms of the best marathoner ever born, he was not from
Sorry,
Kenya.
sir. I may not give.
Okay, one last question. Tell me, you said you are fond of marathon. Supposing if you are a district collector in an area where running or maybe even athletics is not very popular, and you want to popularize both athletics as well as marathon in particular, what steps will you take to make athletics and marathon popular in your district? Name 3 steps.
Sir, one quick way is that I will announce a drive that Sunday means if you drive. This happens. This happened in Bharatpur also in my district. What the district collector did, he announced that run for
No, I'm not. I'm
3 kilometers.
I'm not asking what is being done. I said, what will you do differently?
Yes, sir. Sir, for it, sir, I will. What I'll do, I will contact a NGO who is working in this field of health or education, and then I will ask them to organize a marathon for every 15 days likewise, and and sir, people will be given some incentives to take part in this, like they will be given free plant to plant in their home, or they will be given passes to fair if any organ museum passes, so that they can come and visit. So both objective will be achieved, I mean marathon participation as well as the fair or museum awareness. So that is one step. And sir, in long term, I will ask a school under district government and private school that they should conduct marathon regularly and tell the advantages of it. So that way, sir, I can.
Okay. Let me take one more question, please. If you just now, when we started, you talked in terms of a crisis brewing in and around India, in the Indian subcontinent. Now, you said the crisis which is going around. Now, there's one crisis which is going on around us in Sri Lanka. Now, tell me whether it is a political crisis, an economic crisis, or humanitarian crisis, and what is the impact on India?
Sir, it started with economic crisis, but turned out to be a political crisis, and economic crisis is also a humanitarian crisis because people at ground are suffering, not getting basic necessities. And sir, impact on India is bad means one that our neighborhood will not be in peace. We want a peaceful and prosperous neighborhood so that we can have very good relations. But sir, one, it is an opportunity to India that India can build a good relation rapport with Sri Lanka by helping it by bailing out, and also it will be helpful in countering China. Means now Sri Lanka will realize that China don't give support in crisis time. Uh, India can give that, so that way it is good, and also it is an opportunity that our economy should not suffer like that, so we can take learning.
Thank you very much, Deepesh.
Hello, Deepesh. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Deepesh, you are from Bharatpur.
Yes, sir.
In Bharatpur, the male literacy is way high, around 90%, and female literacy is just around 70 to 75%.
Yes,
Why
sir.
is that?
Sir, reasons are many, sir. One is that, sir, that patriarchal notion is still there. That if we teach boy, then this will be helpful to a family. But if we teach girl, then how it is helpful? Because she will go to another house and she will ultimately benefit them, not us. And second is, sir, dowry is also there. Means people think ki, especially for higher education, girls are not promoted because they think ki if we spend 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or something like this amount on higher education, that what will be saved for dowry, because this need to be given. And third is, sir, employment opportunities are also very less for women. Means, sir, generally the Bharatpur female are occupied in animal husbandry and agriculture and domestic work. So that doesn't need that much study. So people think if without study also women are doing this. So what is the need of that? These are reasons.
Okay. Do you think that, as you rightly said, the institution of marriage is somewhere responsible for a lower female literacy? That after marriage, a bride has to go to husband's house, and there will be no usefulness to the house of the parents of the female. So, should we do some social engineering and change this system altogether? That
Sir, right now,
husband should migrate to bride's house.
sir, right now the societal condition is very different. Right now, the male or boy or son who is not migrating to female house is also not supporting his parents. Means ultimately both have to migrate because of job or business. So that way, sir, changing the institution that male should go to female house will not do much work. Rather than we need to say that we need to create an awareness that female are also equal participants of economy. They can be same productive as male. So that way we need to.
Okay, give me a slogan to promote female literacy in Hindi, apart from Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao.
बेटी बेटी बचाओ सर हिंदी बेटी की शिक्षा भविष्य की सुरक्षा ऐसा.
Very good, very good. You must have visited Keoladeo National Park, which is near Bharatpur.
Yes, sir.
What is the etymology of Keoladeo? Any specific reason why it is named as such?
Sir, there is a temple inside this Kevla Dev. This is to Lord Shiva, and the name of Lord Shiva over there is Kevla Dev, and it is near to Kela Devi temple also. So that way it is there. So both ways are people.
Okay, okay, good. Your optional was mathematics?
Yes, sir.
Tell me how mathematics is present or omnipresent, to be specific, in nature.
Sir, it is very much omnipresent. Like if we see atmospheric composition of gases, that nitrogen is around 70%, oxygen is around 29%, and other gases. So this if this composition get disturbed, then we are seeing the climate change. So that is again a mathematics. And again, sir, we see the changes of lunar thing and solar position. This is again a mathematics. Then if we in daily life, if we commute, if we buy anything, if we try to calculate time, that is again mathematics. And right now, with digitization, we are coding. Backend coding is also again mathematics. So it is omnipresent.
Are you aware of the phenomenon known as golden ratio?
Sorry, sir. I don't know. I'll check it. Sir.
Okay.
I have studied, but sir, I don't remember right.
Okay. Give me name of two prominent women in mathematics which you admire, whom you admire.
Sir, Mariam ma'am is there. She is from Iran. She also won a Nobel Prize at very young age. She was only around 33 at that time. So one, she is there. And second is Sir Shakuntala Devi ma'am from India is also there. And she is called human computer. So her mathematical ability is admired.
Okay. See, it is said that chaos is a ladder in which we can rise, through which we can rise. Currently, in world order, there is a chaos going on. How this chaos can be utilized by India to improve its position in global order?
Sir, one is that pandemic has created a chaos. So here, by providing confidence to world that we can be resilient supply chain, we can be a market and we can be a supplier in pandemic time, as we have shown by vaccines. So that can be a ladder. Second is some Russia-Ukraine war. Here we have not taken a side of Russia or Ukraine, rather than we have taken side of peace. So we can be a flag bearer to countries who don't want to be who don't want to become a pawn of world power. So that way we can show them that yes, middle means strategic autonomy can be kept even in these tough times. So that way we can be a leader.
Okay, good. You come from a humble background, Deepesh. You have also took a benefit of EWS reservation. You were in a job which gave you the remuneration of 65,930 rupees. You left that job.
Yes.
Don't you think that
Yes.
by doing this, you are doing injustice to your family, which could have benefited from your earnings?
Sir, I took a conscious decision here because, sir, my younger sister is a doctor and she started earning at that time. She completed her MBBS and started earning. So it was not difficult for me to leave the job.
But by leaving the job and getting dependent on your younger sister, is it a good message which you are giving to a society where female literacy is already low? Don't you think that if you were working, you could have given a good message to society by supporting economically to your family?
Sir, society knows that I am preparing for civil services. That will be a very big achievement for a girl like me, and people will get inspiration that yes, she took right decision for a big cause. So that was a society support.
Okay. In your zonal preference, there is a pattern And the pattern is that longer the distance of a state from your home state, lesser is the preference accorded by you to that state. Why is that?
Yes. Sir, the reason is very simple. Means, sir, if I'm opting for All India service, I am ready to serve everywhere in the country. But still, preference choice is given. So, the criteria for differentiating was the distance only. That if my parents, my parents are living in my hometown. So, if any difficulty arises in future, then I can quickly come and take care of them. So, this was the simple classification.
Okay. If given a choice between a family's interest and public interest, what would you choose? What would you choose?
Sir, I would go for public interest because I'm going for a public service, but I will try to balance both if given opportunity. Means here, opportunity was given. So, I did that.
Okay. If given a chance, would you advocate that zonal preference should altogether be eliminated?
No, sir, I don't think that it should be eliminated. It should be kept it like this because there are many persons who have a special liking about a particular state. Either they are from that state or they know their culture, this state's culture well. So that way, if they want to manifest their choices, then no problem, sir. I would say.
Okay. Even in service preference, I can see an anomaly that Armed Forces Headquarters Civil Services, it has been accorded 19th position. Any reason behind dislike for armed services?
Sir, it is not that I don't like armed services because Indian Defence Established Service, Indian Defence Account Service are given higher preferences. But the reason behind allocating the last preference for this is that I heard from seniors that here the work opportunity are less for civil administration. So.
Okay. Thank you, Deepesh.
Deepesh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One last question before we end this interview. Deepesh, have you come across any Indian epic ever?
Epic Taylor.
Have you come across any Indian epic?
Indian epic, I have studied Ramayana. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have
So,
studied it. I
who
have
is your-
studied some Quran also.
Okay. Who is your favorite character from the Ramayana?
Sir, from Ramayana, sir, I have to think for the time being.
Okay, think about it.
Sir, here I will go, I haven't think much on it, but I will go for Hanuman, sir, because he was the one who was with Bhagwan Ram in every situation, and
Okay.
he never tried to never tried to take appreciation for it. Means when Bhagwan Ram was in good situation, when he came back,
Okay.
then Hanuman gave. Yes, sir.
Okay. So my follow-up question is that which institution in India follows those values that you have just highlighted?
Sir, civil servants are like this, and
Name the
our
institution.
ambassadors are Sir, civil services institution means bureaucracy as an institution is very much doing the same, because they never take the appreciation, but give support in every way to state.
Thank you, Deepesh. Your interview is over. Stay connected. We will reconnect with you for your feedback. Hello, Deepesh. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Deepesh, let
Yes,
me
sir, I
highlight the good things first. Some of your answers were very well balanced. And let me particularly highlight the questions where I liked your answers. Sri Lanka, Pakistan question, then debt diplomacy, things that you should promote for women entrepreneurs, empathy, compassion, date of birth related, NCC, then Bharatpur low female literacy rate, marriage as an institution, should we bring changes in that? And then the high point was the slogan that you raised. Beti ki Siksha, Bhavishya ki Suraksha. I loved that slogan. Mathematics in nature, you handled that question also very well. India in the new world order and the vaccine diplomacy and our market potential, you highlighted those things. Private interest versus family interest, you handled that also very well. But let's keep the good things aside. Let's now talk about those areas where you need improvement, because you also realize where you have done good, right? First, Deepesh, let me highlight the limitations of the interaction that we are having. If this would have been an offline interaction, we would have been in a better position to judge your body language, your eye contact, your gestures, etc., and how much you have nervousness, anxiety, etc. It becomes very difficult, right, in an online interaction. So the moment you get opportunity, I would ask you to go for more offline interviews, because some of the nervousness was still evident even in the online. And you rightly pointed out that last time it was nervousness जिसने खेल खराब कर दिया था, right? So there was some sort of that this year also. I could realize that. I would suggest go for more offline walks, right? That will put you in good stead. Some of your answers were terribly long, very long answers. When suppose if it is asked, just highlight 3 things. So highlight those 3 things first. Do not explain them unless you're asked to do so. You were explaining, building background and all of that. You were also not listening to the question very carefully. Like sir asked you one question regarding if you are the district collector and all of that. When you started saying that the district collector in Bharatpur, he is doing this. Listen to the question very carefully, dear, right? The same thing was repeated in the marathon question also. You did not listen to that question very carefully. Informality was evident in some places, right? And especially when a marathon runner, who is your favorite, who is the present world #1 marathon runner or something like that was asked to you, you broke into a laughter. I cannot remember his name. He's a Kenyan guy. So it was very informal, right? So even if you do not remember, you should present your thoughts in a polite manner. So it was quite bordering on the lines of informality. Then I asked you about favorite character in Ramayana or something like that. You said, right now I cannot think of it. Do not give such kind of answers, because there is no objective answer to this question, a subjective answer. Never miss opportunities to give subjective answers. Objective answers, like when generally it is being said that you should not bluff, right, in the interviews. It is said in terms of objective questions. If it is subjective opinion-based questions, never miss such kind of an opportunity. This is not a test of your knowledge. If this would have been a mains examination, you have come out with flying colors. And that's why both times you have qualified the mains examination. Mains is not your problem. In personality test, these things are tested, Deepesh. First, whether you have intellectual depth, do you have balance of opinion, what kind of temperament do you possess, are you a decision maker, do you have any kind of political or sectarian inclination, do you believe in the constitution of the country, right? Are you a keen listener? Can you engage with multiple stakeholders? These are the things which are being tested, right? Communication skills. See, communication skills and command over language are two different things. Your communication skills were not appropriate. You started a line, then you broke the thought in between. You said, like, suppose if a question was asked, what are the three major problems of women entrepreneurs? Women entrepreneurs face problems. The first would be, okay, three problems where this is how you started speaking. So do not say those words while you are thinking. Do not spell out those words. Say them in your mind. You were saying them before you were starting your answer, right? So if communication skills are like that, then you will find it difficult to put forward your point. Though what you were saying was correct, but you have to convey it in a good manner. Because once you become a civil servant, you have to engage with multiple stakeholders. And there would be many who would not be literate, would not be educated. How would you interact with those people? This is what is being tested, right? So speak slowly, clearly, and do not use informal words. There were some informal words that were used very frequently, right? And that favorite character question also, though I have not thought much, this is what you said, but I think it is Hanuma, right? Though I have not thought much means what? It means without thinking, you give your answers. Rather, I think you should use words that, sir, right now, what I can think of is Lord Hanuma, right? Though I have not thought much means you are not investing your energies in the thinking process, right? But again, Deepesh, as I have highlighted that you, if you would have given this interview in the offline mode, we would have been in a better position to judge your overall performance. This is what we can make out from the online interaction. There was also too much swaying of the head. Your head was moving too, it was going all over the place. So put your head, a slight movement is fine, but it was moving too much. Also, you were looking around the room, throughout the room while you were thinking. You were looking at the ceiling, at the walls. This shows that you are a bit nervous or you are not very comfortable with the question. When you are thinking, slightly lower your gaze. That's it. That's the right way to think. Do not put your head down. That is lack of confidence. Slightly lower your gaze. This will give the impression as if you are thinking, right? And last but not the least, I think that the attire that you have donned today is not appropriate, right? Do you intend to wear a dark colored thing on the day of interview as well?
The sari I'm thinking, but I haven't decided color.
Go for some lighter color, because then your personality, it gets radiated automatically. So you fill the room with energy when it is light color. Though I'm not trying to take your liberty away, but I'm just giving you an indication that if the sari, if you want to go for a sari, this kind of sari would be a good choice. But there could be other choices as well. Like, have you seen the Kerala women wearing a kind of sari which is cream colored with slight golden borders? That would be a good sari. These kind of saris would be a good sari. So instead of cream color, it could be light pink, light sky blue, anything but light in color, right? And the borders should not be highly embroidered, right? It should be very formal, simple, decent, right? And avoid dark colors. Dark colors make your personality go dull.
Yes, sir.
Right? So I hope that you will take all of this in good light. You will try to improve on these areas, When is your interview scheduled, dear?
18th May.
So you have a lot of time. If you get the opportunity, I would say come and give an offline mock. That would be much better, right? You will be in a better position. You can do that in the first week of May, somewhere, right? Work on these areas, and in the next 20 odd days, try for offline mocks so that you can evaluate where you stand. Without working, if you start giving mocks, then maybe you'll not see greater improvement, and there could be a loss of confidence as well, that why I am not improving. You have to work on this, right? Especially work on how you speak clearly, slowly, without using informal language.
Yes, sir.
Right, Deepesh?
Yes, sir.
So anything specific you would like to ask before I disclose your scores?
No, sir, it is fine, sir.
Okay. So based on today's performance, and we have also discounted few marks because of this online interaction, right? So the board has awarded you 160.
Yes,
Last time, what was your score?
165, sir.
So because I said that I have discounted some marks because of this online interaction, maybe if it would have been offline, then you might have got 165. But you see that these problems still persist, what existed last year. So you need to work on these areas, dear. If you work on these areas, very bright prospect. And as I always say, female candidate, very good DAF, strong DAF. You have done your post-graduation from a reputed institute, IIT Mumbai, right? Bombay. And then you have mathematics as your background. It's a unique combination. And you are a very positive person. You are very honest. Your personality is very good. And your opinions are very good. So we need these kind of people in administration, right? So just work on these areas, dear. From 165, if you add 15, 20 more marks, then you know that your chances increase. Last time you fell short where? Mostly in interview or in mains?
Sir, in interview also and mains also.
In mains, which area?
Optional, sir. Optional was not.
How did you write this year?
This year, I'm hoping for improvement. It's a significant improvement.
Okay, then be sure that you can make it, and all the best. Our best wishes are with you. But I insist, give the offline mock, and you will not regret that. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Deepesh.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, Deepesh.
Thank you, sir.
All the very best, Deepesh.